thing. Our English is pretty good, but I just want to reinforce the lesson by going back on a pronunciation that maybe we've forgotten or that I've noticed we've had trouble with in class. Okay? And we've done some, maybe a little bit at the end of the last class we talked about it, and this is the final day review. Okay? So tell me when I'm good to go. Alright, so class, remember last time we were in class we talked about the pronunciation of terminal S, right? The final S on verbs or nouns. Okay, and so can you all remind me what are the 4 instances of this terminal S? Just to review, we're going to go really fast through this. What are the 4 instances of terminal S? Nicole, can you give me one?
Plural.
Plural what? Plural verbs, plural adjectives.
Sorry, plural nouns.
Plural nouns, right? To create plural nouns. How about another instance? What's another instance?
Third person singular verb.
Good. So number 2 there, to conjugate verbs in third person singular in what tense?
Present tense.
That's right, present tense. Okay, present tense, exactly. So you see here on our handout, number 2, third person singular, present tense. Very good. And another instance, Ken?
I'm sorry, I forgot. I was not here.
Oh, okay, someone else, Todd, maybe?
To conjugate verbs, to create a conjunction with a verb form.
What verb? What verb?
To
be.
is.
Is, good, right? He is, he's, right? She is, she's. Okay, very good. And number 4, Tamara?
A possessive case.
Possessive case, good. Oh, very good. That's true too. Yeah, very true. I don't even have that one there. So you're right, there's 5. Excuse me, right? And number 4, how about another one? Christine?
To create has.
Right, to use has in a conjunction, right? She has eaten, she's eaten. Okay? Good. So you see this pretty often in English, right? We use this terminal S pretty often in English. And there's actually a variation, as we've talked about, on how to pronounce it. Excuse me. So there's the IZ sound, right? Is, as in we see in pattern number 1 there. Kisses, causes, catches, changes, right? And then we've talked about this, so I'm going to go through it quickly, okay? We have pattern number 2, which is a S sound, okay? As we see in pattern number 2. We have stops, hooks, hits, earths, puffs, okay? And then we have pattern number 3, which is just a Z sound. Describes, digs, kids, tides, etc. Okay? And the difference is, there we have unvoiced sound before the S, we have a S sound, just the S. If we have a voiced sound before the S, then we have a Z sound, right? A voiced Z. Are vowels voiced or unvoiced? Voiced, good. Okay, so if we have a vowel and an S, we're going to have the Z sound. Okay? Only in pattern 1 do we have a few voiced that end in is. Okay? Very, very good. Okay, so go to the next page. Go to the next page. Here I have some information on some native species here in California. Okay, some native species that you can find going on hikes outside. Right here in Fullerton, Irvine Regional Park, wherever you want to go, you can find these animals here. So on this information here, I want you to go through, and you're going to have to circle the terminal S's that you find, and I want you to label them pattern 1, pattern 2, or pattern 3. Okay, I want you to decide whether it's a S sound, or a Z sound, right, or is sound. Okay, so let's model it really fast. Let's take a look at what we're going to be doing exactly. Alright, so here we go. We have some California red-legged frogs, beautiful subspecies we have here in California. Okay? So these are the tadpoles, right? The juvenile forms. Then we have the bigger ones, the adults. So here, this is the first paragraph that you're going to see in your reading, right? California red-legged frogs. All right. Nick, what's the first terminal S that you see?
This means.
No. Look a little bit earlier in the title. What do you see? California red-legged frogs.
Oh, frogs. Okay.
There you go. Frogs, right? Right there. And so we're going to say that is pattern number 3, Z, right? G is a voice sound, so the S after that is going to be Z, frogs. All right? And the next one, just for fun, let's go with Elaine. What's the next terminal S you see?
Status.
Yeah, status is not a terminal S in that way. Yeah, I guess it is, huh? Status. No, excuse me, it is. I didn't circle it though. But let's go to means, okay? Excuse me, all right? We'll go to means. All right, so means. Which one do you think? What pronunciation is that, Elaine? I'm sorry? Is it is or just is?
S3. Z. Number 3. Number 3.
Yeah, good. Pattern number 3, Z. All right? Very good. So we'll go through these. We have species, also pattern number 3, and changes, also pattern number 3. Okay, so there's not all pattern number 3. There's some changes, okay? So just for a few minutes, I want you to go through and circle the ones you find, okay? Circle the terminal S's you find. I want you to label them pattern 1, 2, or 3, okay? Just take a moment to do that. I'll come around, see if you guys are doing it right, which I'm sure you are since you're all smart. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right. Finding some good ones. If you need to tear the pages apart so you can have your 3 patterns in front of you, that's no problem, right? They don't need to stay together. And remember that these patterns aren't something that you will use every day. If you tell someone you have a pattern 3 terminal S, they won't understand what you're talking about.
Okay.
It's just a tool for learning. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know pattern 3 and pattern 2, but what's pattern 1?
Okay, good. So some examples for pattern 1 are here on the front page. So if you have a word that ends in CH, J, SH sounds, changes, right? It's not changes or changes, it's changes, right? You have that I sound in there. You hear it? Spots. So spots, good. Number 2. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay, everybody. I know we didn't get all the way through, but that's okay. That's no problem. That's no problem. Okay, so really fast. Under description, girls.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you. No problem. Under description, all right. Todd, what words do you see there with S? With the terminal S.
States.
Very good. So, can you read me that sentence?
The California red-legged frog is the largest native frog in the western United States.
All right. Did it sound good to you guys? Did he say it correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. States. States. Very good. It's kind of a Z sound. Why is it a Z sound, Todd? States.
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 I think it's a sound.
Actually, yeah. Okay.
I think it's number 2.
Number 2. Why do you think it's number 2? I was tricking you.
States because it's a T before.
That's right. The E is silent, right? So even though there's a vowel there, I tricked myself. Even though there's a vowel there, the vowel sound is not expressed, right? It's a T sound that's expressed. So you have the pattern 2S, right? Coming after a unvoiced T, right? Unvoiced T. Okay, very good. How about tadpoles? Tadpoles are from 14 to 80 millimeters long. 14 to 80 millimeters. Laurel?
Tadpoles would be number 3.
Number 3. Good. So why is it number 3?
The Z at the end.
Right, but why is it Z?
Because there's a voice sound.
Good. A vowel, right?
Yeah.
Or the L, rather, actually. Right, it's the L
Yeah,
sound.
because the E's
Excuse me.
silent.
Those E's are tricking me too. Okay? Good. Okay, so I think you understand. You've all done the whole exercise. So let's move on to exercise B. All of you have an animal profile, okay? A native animal here in Southern California. And I'm going to have all of you do a little research, right? And prepare yourselves an oral presentation, okay? An oral presentation that you're going to give to a partner, okay? And all of these presentations are going to have plurals. And they're going to have third person singular, and they're going to have terminal S's. And the reason I'm having you do this is because, great, you know how to say S, Z, I, Z at the end of a word. Well, why is it useful, right? You need to be able to give presentations in class and pronounce things correctly so that people understand what you're saying. So this is the reason I'm having you do this exercise. So here are all the animals that we are going to be researching, okay? So we have a salt marsh harvest mouse, all right? We have a suisum thistle, all right? A riparian brush rabbit, a delta smelt, what's called, oh man, I only know the...
Valley elderberry longhorn.
Thank you
beetle.
very much. Valley elderberry long-eared beetle?
Longhorn.
Longhorned, excuse me, all right? Very nice. And a tiger salamander and a soft bird's beak and a giant garter snake. Okay? So, you all can do a little research and give a presentation to your partner. I know we're kind of short on time, so it worked out perfectly. So, in the normal circumstances, you would be doing a research and then giving a presentation to each other and maybe to me up in front of the class. Okay? So, anyway, it's a good lesson for teaching people about nature in Southern California. and a little bit of pronunciation. They've covered this before, so it's a really quick review. All right? So that's it.